Now, this video is going to be jam-packed full of information from how you can make good gold as an engineer in quite a fun way, but if you want it a more challenging way, it will be class-specific, but you still will want engineering. Don't get me wrong, you can actually do both of these farms without engineering, but honestly, engineering is where it's at, and we'll get into why. I'm also going to touch on how you can get an Amazon voucher worth $500 just by doing a simple comment. I'm also going to tell you how you can potentially get free guides on Rested XP, or you could get their gold assistant, which you guys know that I use, where you create your character, you give your character all the professions you've got, what your mount speed is, and then it calculates the best farms out for you, as well as looking at all your professions and the good gold flips. If you don't already use Rested XP, then link in the comment and the description below. You should go and sign up. Obviously, I do get kickback. This is not a sponsored video by any of the people we're about to talk about now. They've all just reached out because I said I was doing that $500 Amazon voucher giveaway on yesterday's video, which we're going to touch on shortly. They're all going to feel the Christmas spirit as well, because it's going to be around Christmas when all of this stuff gets given out. So Rested XP have given me 10 $50 vouchers for their website, and I'll let you know how you can physically get that very, very soon. But if you've seen yesterday's video, I think you'll probably know. And last, but by no means least, you're going to have a chance to get some brand new Razor loot. Now, I've spoke to Razor. They are going to give us some stuff to give away, but he won't tell me what, which is quite annoying. I quote, he said, "They're not even out yet, but you and your community will love them." And as part of this giveaway from yesterday's video, he's hooking us up. So there we go, $500 in an Amazon voucher, $500 on Rested XP, and some loot from Razor. But let's crack on with some actual WoW information first, because even I started to feel like that was a bit of an advert. But over where you get the librarians at Terrace of the Makers, these library guardians spawn extremely fast. Now, I've spoke about these in a members only video. Oh, not another plug. Yeah, I mean, if you join the membership on the channel, again, supports, forget it. If you want to join, join. Now, these spawn really fast, they die really quick, and you can engineer them. They also drop Relics of Ulduar. Now, whilst Relics of Ulduar are obviously going down in price, they're still valuable enough to at least pick up off of these dead corpses. There's also some white trash drops, which you can just vendor, which, to be fair, every sort of 10, 12 minutes, you'll probably get a good 15, 20 gold just in rubbish. But what we're actually looking for is what you're probably not expecting. When you first saw this, you was probably thinking, oh, this is fairly obvious. You're sending us over to go and get Relics of Ulduar. Well, no, you're actually wrong. We're looking for volatile blasting triggers. Now, like you can see, as a prop paladin, it is very easy just to grab as many as physically possible without them resetting and AoE them down. And you normally get 1 to 2 volatile blasting triggers. If you was to do a pack this size, you would expect 1 to 2. Sometimes you'll get more, obviously. But like you saw there, we got 2 straight away. Now, we're wanting to make global thermal sapper charges. Now, you can actually just stand at the auction house without even going out and farming anything and still make profit by just buying the materials. But obviously, this eats into your profit. So I'm not a miner, so I can't do anything about the Saronite bars. I have to buy them. And on my server, they're about 2 gold, 14 silver each at the moment. So for 2 gold, 14 silver, plus looting the volatile blasting trigger myself, I'm going to make 5 global thermal sapper charges. And these are selling for over 2 gold each. In fact, if we look globally, the EU market average is 2 gold, 64 silver. The US market average is 3 gold, 54 silver. You're going to make 5 of these on every craft. So the actual volatile blasting triggers themselves are literally a couple of gold each as well. So you could just stand at the auction house, spend less than 5 gold, sell them on the auction house for nearly 12 gold, obviously depending on your server. But you will miss out on all the vendoring potential from all the grey items, the trash stuff that you're going to get. Plus you can get some greens, you could even get an epic if you're lucky. And of course you're going to get a handful of cobalt bolts as well, which can absolutely sell on the auction house, or you can use them for your own craft. Now, I've been selling sappers just left, right, centre. You list them, and as long as you're, keeping an eye on making sure you're not being undercut, you can sell them pretty quick as well. And you'll farm 10, 15 of these in no time. In fact, I've done 2 really small farms, 2 really small segments, because I know this place is lucrative. I've used it for years. But I did also then go to Halls of Stone, which we'll talk about in just a second. But that's the challenging farm that I was talking about. Now, in Halls of Stone, if you can handle it, so if you're a decently geared prop paladin or a DK or a druid or whatever, or if you're just a decent geared any class, but you want a bit of a challenge, all we're interested in is the constructs. So you're going to get some nice raw gold from these, some nice greens. You can obviously get Relics of Ulduar as well, which again, we will come back to shortly because they do actually sell pretty well still, to be fair, and should absolutely be calculated into it as a gold farm. Now, I'm not calculating this as you'll make 1,000 gold an hour or anything like that, because quite honestly, I don't do it for a full hour. You know, I could give you rough averages based on sort of 15, 20-minute segments, but all I do is actually go here to get my own sappers for a week and then sell loads of excess, you know, and I do that, but I do that regularly. I just go over, top up on sappers. Once I've got a stack of 20, everything else I've got, you know, I just sell. So I couldn't really put an exact amount of gold an hour that you could make without sitting here and testing it like rigorously, but there's not really any need, because just trust me, you'll make good gold by doing this. Now, Halls of Stone is, as you would expect, a lot more challenging, but you are going to get extra rewards outside of being able to just get your volatile blasting triggers to make the sappers with. You have got a chance at a much bigger loot table. The problem is if all you're doing this for is to get sappers, then you might as well just rule out the Halls of Stone farm. I do it because I quite enjoy it, and I do the runs pretty quick because I just go straight in. Once I've killed all these first mobs, I'm just going left here to grab the construct, and then we're more or less just going to clear all the way to the Bran Escort event. And there's not massive amounts of constructs, so you've got 10 in total on that stretch to Bran, and then the 2 that you kill before it. So you're only actually engineering 12 mobs in what I do in about a 4-minute run, 4-5-minute run. But you could just do this till you're locked out, and then you're only across the way from where the terrace is anyway, so you can just go back and start grinding on the little library guardians again. Now, I see this as such a versatile farm that it's one that, yes, it could absolutely get saturated if so many people are doing it that everything goes down ridiculously in price, but you're not relying on one thing. Because for every 4 volatile blasting triggers you get, you're going to have to take 9 gold off straight away for the Saronite bars that you'll have to buy from the auction house. But for 4 of each, 4 Saronite, 4 volatile blasting triggers, you're going to make 20 sappers, which at the moment are about 47 gold each. So it's like 38 gold raw profit for very, very little, really. It's not going to take you long at all. And even on my server at the moment, if we was to look at like handful of cobalt bolts, you know, a stack of 20, 9 gold, probably not even worth selling. I'd keep them myself, to be fair. The volatile blasting triggers themselves are selling for sort of 3.5 gold. So because these are needed for more than just sappers, if it ever got to a point where actually you're better off selling the blasting triggers, or you wanted to mix it up and you wanted to make some sappers and sell some blasting triggers so you're not putting loads of the same item on, then you could do that. And when we look at Relics of Ulduar, they're still 1 gold 28 each, and in a very short space of time I got 30. So like I said, it's such a versatile farm that you're not like putting all your eggs in one basket. You're not just farming Relics of Ulduar. They're just a bonus. You're not really just farming for sappers. I mean, they are going to be the most profitable thing while they stay profitable, but you have still got the raw engineering materials that you can sell. That on top of if you actually do it in Halls of Stone, so you're getting more greens, you're getting more, you know, raw silver and stuff like that from the mobs, it's pretty solid. And just because I want to be as thorough as possible, when you look at Saronite bar costs, EU market value 2 gold 10, US market value 2 gold 1. The volatile blasting triggers, we've got a 4 gold 50, which is actually a lot higher than what I'm seeing on my server. I've got no idea what's going on with the US market value there. 55 gold each. Just sell them. Don't make sappers. There's no point. 55 gold each. Yeah, there's something not right there. And you can tell that by looking at the chart that actually the average is about 4 gold and it's holding steady at about 4 gold with the US market value. Making the sappers and selling those still more profitable. Now, on to how you get all this free stuff that I was talking about. I put this video out yesterday, which is when will Phase 2 of Wrath of the Lich King launch. Ulduar Inc. Let's go. And as you can see, actually, on the thumbnail, you can see the $500 Amazon voucher. Now, you need to go and watch that video, and just purely because I explain exactly how you need to write the date. So all you need to do is predict when you think Phase 2 is going to launch. And then what I'm going to do is give one person a $500 Amazon voucher. 10 people are going to get $50 in rested XP credit. So you can buy a guide, or you can sign up to the Gold Assistant for a full year you would get for that, which is what I would recommend. Like, I really like the Gold Assistant because I'm lazy. The only thing I can't confirm exactly is how many of these new products I'm going to get from Razer, because they've been very secretive about it. But whatever I get will be given away, and I would suspect maybe 3 to 5, depending on what they are. So it'll be, let's say, one person $500, 10 people rested XP, and then another 3 to 5 getting some Razer equipment. And all you got to do is just go and watch that video. Make sure you understand exactly how you need to write the date, because I've seen loads of people get it wrong already, even though I put on the screen how you should insert the date into the comment. And just hope that you win. I might even do it live on stream dressed as Santa. I know what you're thinking. You'll have to lose a bit of weight if you want to be Santa, mate. Yeah, you're right. But that's it. So go check that video out. I hope you enjoyed the gold farm, because most of us are all engineers nowadays. So it's a nice, easy way to get some gold Be sure to subscribe to the channel, especially because you don't want to miss any of these giveaways being announced, because it's coming up to Christmas. I like to give back to all you guys that, you know, support the channel by joining as members or hit the super thanks button. Don't see it a lot, but shout out to Beasley. He does a lot of super thanks on all the videos, so thank you, mate. Roll the outro. There's lots of ways you can support the channel to keep me here putting out World of Warcraft content and covering all future MMOs. Consider joining the channel as a member. You get access to emotes. Everyone will know you're a member when you comment on future videos because you get a nice icon next to your name. And you get access to members-only videos, which I'll be putting a lot of on the channel throughout the year. Additionally, there's a Patreon link in the description as well. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.